I know you've been looking for the actual strategy to grow your brand in 2026, and I want you to be honest with me right now. How many videos do you have in your watch later on YouTube and save post on Instagram? 50, 100, more? And when's the last time you actually went back and looked at them? Yeah, that's what I thought. And today I am going to tell you why that folder is actually keeping you stuck and what to focus on instead if you actually want to grow a sustainable business and personal brand in 2026. Happy New Year, Wave Maker, and welcome to Her Elevated Self. I am Ebony Lynn, and here we focus on the psychology of purpose, the biblical and brain-based strategies that will equip you to become her and build your personal brand from divine assignment without the burnout. And listen, okay, I get it. I used to be that woman too, scrolling the explore page at 11 o'clock at night, looking for the answer, saving every post that promised to unlock visibility, waiting for the one strategy that would actually make everything finally click for me. And honestly, I felt frustrated, overlooked, completely lost, like I was groping around in the dark with a blindfold on, okay? And so what did I do? I went looking for answers, and here is what I have learned. The one thing that is supposed to help you connect with your community, the one thing that is supposed to help you grow your personal brand in 2026 and have dream clients banging down on your door to join your offer, it doesn't exist. And the truth is that every strategy works if you believe it will. And the next truth few will say is that you can't scroll your way to a six-figure business. You can't save your way to sustainability. You cannot consume your way to confidence. The problem isn't that you don't have enough information. The real problem is that you're not starting from the right place. And here is what I mean. I used to operate from doing, so scrolling, searching, saving, and strategizing. But God began to really show me what I needed to start doing, and that was being, not doing more, not learning more, not hustling harder. Being. This is what I call the Genesis order. In Genesis, God didn't tell Adam and Eve to do something first. He actually established their being by creating them in his image, then placement by putting them in the garden, then their assignment, telling them to tend and keep it. And finally, the doing flowed naturally. But somehow we have reversed the order. We're out here doing the most, hoping it will make us someone and hoping that, honestly, that will prove that we're worthy of finally being noticed, okay? And then we wonder why we are exhausted. So instead of searching for the one thing, the one strategy to grow your personal brand in 2026, here is what I would like for you to focus on instead. First, internal governance. I want you to listen to who you are habitually being and thinking. And this is all about the thoughts that you entertain. How do you respond to low views? It's habitual. How about you comparing yourself when you see Kate from 3 swipes ago crushing it? That's habitual. And what got you here will not get you to the place of being a six-figure CEO. I had to stop entertaining the thoughts of, okay, why should I bother? No one cares. I had to decide that I would no longer be mollywopped by views or an algorithm, which is why it is imperative for you to do the inner work so that you can approach your business with internal stability and not emotional chaos. When you are internally governed, you operate from divine assignment and not anxiety from the algorithm. I want you to stop letting your metrics determine your identity. Stop needing validation from people who don't even know you. This is when you really become dangerous. Second, expressed presence. When I finally started seeing myself the way God sees me, which is an entire blessing to my clients and my community, something within me really began to shift. I stopped shrinking and apologizing for taking up space. I stopped dimming my light so other people would feel comfortable. I stopped trying to sound like the latest expert that I was learning from. And I really began to show up as myself, not the version that I thought that I needed to become, someone who was more polished or even just kind of uppity, right? Just me, fully expressed, fully present. And you want to know what happened? The right people actually began to show up simply because I decided to be clear about who I was. And when you do that, you naturally attract the right people that you are truly called to serve. You don't have to convince anyone. You don't have to perform. You simply need to be. And your presence draws those who are called to your work. And third is movement expression. Now, this is not about social media strategy. This is really not even about, post 3 times a week and, use these hooks. No, this is really learning to create content that actually moves people through a journey. Attract, which is content that draws seekers to your truth. Build, which is you creating content that creates genuine connection and trust. And last but not least, commit, which is content that compels your dream clients to take action, not through manipulation, but simply through magnetism. And when your content flows from who you are, not what you think will perform, everything changes. So Wave Maker, you're not creating content to chase an algorithm. You are creating a movement. You are moving people from where they are to where God is calling them to be. And here is what I have learned. What I want you to understand about growing your personal brand in 2026. When you have strategies in place that support you, not only as the founder of your business, but also the woman that you are leveling up as in your life and your business, that is when inevitable success becomes sustainable. Not just a flash in the pan viral moment, not just a good month followed by 3 terrible ones, right? No, sustainable. And it is because you're building from the right foundation. Being, placement, assignment, then doing. So Wave Maker, my question for you today is this. What would shift for you if you stopped searching and simply started becoming? I want you to drop your answer in the comment. I read each and every one. And Wave Maker, if this resonated with you, do me a favor, hit the subscribe button because we are going deep on identity-based brand building every single week. And I will see you next week for the next one. Bye for now.